I grew up thinking my mother was everything a person could aspire to be: protective, kind, beautiful, smart, and successful. For 25 years, I adored her. I wanted to be like her. She was the anchor of our family, or at least that's what I thought. But the truth? I didn't really know her, and when I finally did, I realized she wasn't the person I'd built up in my mind. She was selfish, manipulative, two-faced, and ultimately, someone I now despise. My parents had been together since high school. My dad is the kind of man people respect: a business owner, a devoted father, and honestly, a way better husband than my mom ever deserved. My mom, she always got what she wanted: the big house, the Mercedes, the luxury vacations, even if it meant my parents racked up $90,000 in debt when I was just 13. My dad did everything for her, except give up his annual deer hunting trips, which she still resented. Looking back, there were red flags. But the real unraveling started 4 years ago, just before my wedding. My mom suggested a weekend motorcycle trip with my dad, me, my fiancé, and her old coworker, a man I'll call James. She said he was going through a hard time and needed a break. James was tall, handsome, wealthy, and, I'll admit, charming. He took a lot of photos during that trip, especially of my mom. I remember feeling a strange tension in the air, but I brushed it off. A few weeks later, things started getting weird. My mom began acting different. My sister, who was living with my parents at the time, noticed first. My mom started guarding her phone, whispering during calls, changing passwords, even putting a jar of rocks on her phone while she slept, so she'd know if someone touched it. My dad had caught glimpses of suspicious texts from James before she locked everything down. The breaking point came one night at an Incubus concert. My mom vanished for almost an hour to get a beer and came back without one. My sister just rolled her eyes and said, "She's probably calling James." That's when she told me both she and my dad suspected an affair. When I confronted my mom at the concert, she fed me a half-baked story about running into old friends. The names she gave me, clearly made up on the spot. I dropped it, but inside I was livid. From then on, my dad went into detective mode. He tracked her car, pulled phone records, and even considered hiring a PI. Still, all we had were suspicions. That is, until my kayak gave us the proof we needed. A month after my wedding, I stopped by my grandparents' lake house to grab it. My dad called me beforehand, warning me that my mom claimed she'd be there with girlfriends that weekend. When I arrived, I saw her car and another that looked like it belonged to a woman. I called my dad to say it seemed fine, but when I walked inside, everything changed. Hanging on a bar stool was a leather motorcycle jacket I recognized instantly: James's. My heart started pounding. In the garage, his motorcycle, charging on the kitchen counter, a phone I didn't recognize, with no lock. I opened the photos and froze. The very first image was of my mom and James kissing. There were more, many more. I snapped pictures as fast as I could and got out of there. Sitting in my car, my hands shaking, I knew I couldn't keep this from my dad. I called him and said the words I never imagined I'd say: "Dad, Mom is cheating on you. I have proof." What happened next set off a chain reaction that tore our family apart, revealed even darker secrets from the past, and showed me exactly what kind of person my mother truly was. When my dad picked up the phone, I didn't sugarcoat it. "James is there. I have pictures. Mom's cheating on you." For a moment, there was just silence. Then he kept repeating the same phrases over and over. "No. No fucking way. God damn it. Son of a bitch. God damn it." I hated being the one to break his heart, but he needed to know. My uncle, my dad's identical twin and best friend, joined him, and together they drove 3 hours to meet me. We sat down, talked, and came up with a plan. That night, they switched vehicles to stay unnoticed and hiked a mile through the woods to the lake house. Hiding behind trees with binoculars, my dad saw them. My mom and James sitting on the patio with another couple, cuddling and kissing like they'd been together for years, with zero shame. Every instinct told him to run over there and lose his mind. But instead, he stayed hidden, took photos, and left. The next morning, he emptied their joint bank account and sent my mom the pictures along with a simple message. I know everything. I'm leaving you. From that moment, everything imploded. You'd think my mom would have gone to James and left my dad in peace. But no. She dropped James almost immediately and begged my dad to take her back. They agreed on a divorce without lawyers. He'd pay her alimony. She'd sign the papers. The months that followed were hell. My mom spiraled into depression, moving in with my younger sister and calling all of us, even my wife who'd just joined the family, in tears. She twisted the story, painting herself as the victim and blaming my dad's twin brother for stealing him from her. It was manipulation at its finest. Worse, this wasn't even her first affair. When I was 7, she left my dad for a doctor, then came crawling back claiming she'd been drugged. My dad stayed for the kids. I only learned the full truth years later. Through all of this, my dad tried to move on. He hunted every weekend, rode his Harley, dated new women, and honestly, after 30 years with her, he deserved to. But my mom, she never stopped trying to pull him back in. She even used my unborn daughter as leverage, telling my dad it would be his fault if she grew up with divorced grandparents. Against my and my sister's advice, he eventually caved. They sold the house, moved into a townhouse together, and almost instantly she was back in control. It's like watching a villain get their powers back. She bosses my wife around, plays the guilt card about who sees my daughter more, and constantly tries to manipulate family dynamics. I wish I could love my mom again. I wish she were the person I thought she was growing up. But she's not. She's someone who cheated on my dad twice, lied to all of us, and destroyed the trust in our family. And the worst part? She doesn't seem to feel guilty about any of it. If there's one thing I've learned from all this, it's that you never really know someone, even the people you've loved your whole life. Thanks for watching. That's how this story ended, with betrayal, broken trust, and lessons I wish I'd never had to learn. Have you ever uncovered a secret that completely changed how you saw someone? Drop your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to hear it. And if this hit you deep, like and subscribe. More real stories, bold, raw, and unapologetically honest, are coming soon.